At 82, Mick Jagger still moves across a stage with the kind of energy most 20-year-olds can only dream about. But behind the swagger, behind the iconic strut and that unmistakable voice, there's a man who has spent his entire life studying, absorbing, and living music, and recently, the Rolling Stones frontman did something fans never expected. He finally named the 5 rock albums that shaped him, inspired him, and stayed with him through the decades. These aren't just albums to Mick, they're chapters of his life, snapshots of the moments that turned a young boy from Dartford into a global rock legend. So today, on Hollywood Spotlight, let's walk through the 5 favorite rock albums Mick Jagger says he'll never stop listening to.
1. The Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Even after all these years of friendly rivalry between the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, Mick openly admits this album blew him away. He once said that when Sgt. Pepper came out, it felt like the whole music world changed overnight. The production, the imagination, the risks, Sgt. Pepper wasn't just music. It was proof that rock could be art. Mick has often joked that the album pushed him and everyone else to step up their game. 2. Jimi Hendrix's Are You Experienced? Mick was already famous when Hendrix exploded onto the scene, but even he wasn't prepared for what he heard. He has called Hendrix a force of nature, and this album shows why. The guitar work, the wild ideas, the freedom in every track. It inspired Mick to break rules instead of follow them. He says Hendrix opened a door that rock music didn't even know existed. 3. Chuck Berry, The Great 28. Before the Stones, before the fame, before stadiums full of fans, there was Mick, a teenager listening to Chuck Berry on repeat. Chuck Berry is the reason Mick fell in love with rock and roll, and this compilation, filled with Berry's biggest and most influential songs, still brings back memories for him. Mick has said many times that without Chuck Berry, there would be no Rolling Stones. 4. Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? This choice surprises some fans, but Mick has never hidden how much he loves soul and R&B. What's Going On showed him that an album could be beautiful, political, emotional, and musically bold, all at the same time. He admires how Marvin Gaye spoke about pain and hope with such honesty. It's a record Mick returns to whenever he wants to reconnect with a deeper side of music. 5. The Rolling Stones, Exile on Main Street. Finally, Mick couldn't leave out the Stones' own masterpiece. But what's interesting is why he chose it. Exile on Main Street wasn't glamorous. It was recorded under pressure, in chaos, and sometimes in the dark, damp basement of a French villa. But that struggle gave the album a rawness and realism that Mick says he treasures to this day. It's the sound of a band fighting, creating, growing, and discovering itself all over again.
Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon.